Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Virgocity Gaming. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's start out today by working on Escape World. We just need to install one more little contraption to finish up the first room. And then after that, we're going to head back to the Redstone Factory where we are going to see mega progress since the last time. I have totally finished with the interior and guys, it is looking super sweet. You don't want to miss it. So sit back, let's hang out, and play some Minecraft. So we are in the very first room of the escape world, and we're going to install the last redstone contraption, and that is just a keypad combination lock that we're going to put here that they're going to have to enter that is going to open something up to give them another clue to continue on their way. So let's go over to the creative world. I want to show you guys what I have created for this. Alright guys, let's take a look at the combination lock that we're going to build up in the survival world adventure room escape thingy. I still don't know what the hell we're going to call it, but this is my combination lock that I developed here just so that I could have some combination lock of my own. Now, this is not nearly as advanced as some of the other ones. Some of the other ones have like 7 million possible combinations. This is not like that. But it is a little bit smaller than some of the other ones I've seen, a little bit smaller footprint, and it just uses a different mechanic here. We're trying to do different things in Minecraft here and just not copy everything else. So this is what I came up to do with something different. So let's see how it works here. Basically, this is your input row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when we input a button, let's say we input number 3, what's going to happen is this observer is going to push up, which is going to cause a 1-tick pulse to hit this piston, which is going to spit its block out, and it's got a cauldron full of water, allowing the comparator to pick up a signal from it. So when that spits out there, the comparator is going to power the piston, which means that the piston is activated, and we cannot redo the input. Once it's in there, it's locked in. So that 3 is locked in right there. The signal is going to go the other way too through this comparator and down into this encoder. And this whole thing works in 2 separate layers. So this is the top layer right here. When the top layer it has the correct combination in it, this torch right here is going to be powered. I just have this lamp here just for an example. That's not actually supposed to be there. So we have the incorrect combination in the top right now because 3 is not the right number. The correct combination for the top row is number 2. So over here, we're going to do a little reset. And what happens when we reset it is it just causes all of the pistons to fire on the top and the bottom, and they just pull all the cauldrons back to their original starting spots. So let's input the correct number for the top. It is 2. So that causes the middle cauldron to fire, which will send the signal into this torch here, causing this torch to depower, and then the rest of the line is now unpowered because there's no signal coming from anywhere else, causing this torch to power, and the light is on, meaning the top row is correct. What happens is if we hit a incorrect number, is another signal is going to flow through here, but now it's going to light this little redstone line, which is going to cause the torch to depower, and the light is off, and that is no bueno for what we want. So let's do a reset again, and let's look at the bottom row. Basically the exact same thing. It's just going to depend on how you have your combination set up, but the combination for me on the bottom row is 8 and 9, so that fires these 2 cauldrons, which sends the signal down to here. It's going to depower both of these torches, which is going to power this torch, and is going to light this lamp here. Again, these lamps are just for show. Alright, so let's say we've got the top row entered correctly with the number 2. We already have the bottom row entered correctly with an 8 and 9. Now both of these 2 things, here, I'm going to get rid of these. Now both of these are lit. That means the proper combination is for the top and the bottom. They flow into this next little AND gate here. And this is the top row being powered correctly, and this is the bottom row being powered correctly. Or I think vice versa, actually. And we're just waiting for one more input, because when we depower this torch, as long as these guys are unpowered because the inputs are correct, we're going to get a power to this torch, and this is our ultimate output right here, okay? So how do we get that third signal in there? Well, the reset button is also the input button, so it resets, but before it resets, it checks to see if you have the correct combination. And if you have the correct combination in there, it will let you know, like that. Boom. So yeah, and if we do any other combination, it won't work because we won't have the correct sequence of torches here. So even though we hit the input button, nothing happens because this sequence of torches here won't allow this torch to be lit. So yeah, guys, it's fairly compact. Really my design though, which is 100% cool, and I'm excited about that. If anybody has any ideas how to make it a little smaller, especially this encoder part down here, that would be much, much appreciated, because I just can't figure out how to make it any smaller than that. And yeah, it's not got a million combinations, like I said. It's only got the top row and the bottom row, but there's still enough combinations in there that you can, I mean, who's going to walk up and just start hitting 1, 6, 8, and then nope, that didn't work. Okay, 1, 6, 9. Okay, no, that didn't work. So I think it's fairly secure. There's some like 600 or 700 different combinations you can possibly put into it, which is more than enough for our purposes, considering we're actually giving somebody a clue to enter there. They're not trying to break into something. We actually want them to get into here. So, all right, guys, let's go over to the realm and build this bad boy up. All right, we're just taking stock of what we need here to be able to build up this contraption, and it looks like I need comparators. So this is actually pretty exciting, because this is the first time I'm actually going to use the factory and actually need to use the factory. Every time else I've done it before, it's just been for fun. So we need to get some comparators. Oh, I'm so excited. Watch how easy this is going to be now. We just hit the button. We get quartz, we get stone, we get redstone torches. Everything should pop out. Conveyor belt's gonna go. It's still a little bit, man. We got a lot of stuff that fires out of that top one there. I don't know if it's gonna make it all the way around. Oh please, oh please. Okay, can we at least get in there and grab them? Okay, we can grab everything. Cool. And then we run right over to this thing, and we make 32 comparators. That is awesome. And I'm right back on the job. Look at that. Okay, so we're back behind the wall. Started the construction of this little contraption, and here's just the first layer input. And I just want to give it a test and see if we have it right. Now the bottom combination should be... Oh, I guess I shouldn't show you what the combination... I guess I'll have to change up the combination, but for right now, yes, that works perfectly. Awesome. So the first layer is installed. It looks a lot simpler like that, doesn't it? Let's do the top layer. Alright guys, that was actually pretty quick. It's all donezo. There it is. All built up in our survival world in the adventure room. We had a couple little note blocks in the back there just to give it a little visual or a little audible sensation that you're doing it right. So if we hit the combination, and I'm going to change this combination eventually, but it's 289, and then we hit that. Boom. And you can get in there real quick. You gotta be quick though. Gotta be quick. So we did some work in the starting area here. This is the entrance to our escape room, and no longer can you just see through the whole thing anymore. Now it's starting to get a little closed in. And we did the walls, we did the floor, little carpet action. We went with the white concrete powder, and the whole thing was supposed to be white concrete powder, but I spilled some water on the ground, and when water hits concrete powder, it turns it into concrete. So I spilled some water on the ground, and the water turned all of this into white concrete. So I just decided to do the whole thing like that, because the only way to change out the bottom one would be to take the whole row down, because if you take the bottom one out, the whole stack falls. So we just had to do that. I think it looks fine. Yeah, but then over here is basically how you would start the escape room. Here's your story, here's a little bit of rules, and then you would step through this door, and once you step through the door, then you are locked in. So we're gonna do like a little counter over here to sell t-shirts, and then probably a little check-in area over here, and then we'll have like a little waiting area maybe. And I thought even back over out here, maybe trying to do like a little snack bar or something like that. Just a little patio so people had a place to hang out outside if they didn't want to go inside right away, or maybe, you know, your friends are going to do the adventure, but you're too scared, so you need some place to sit and hang out while you're waiting for them. So put some TVs over there with some sports on them to keep people entertained. So yeah, and then back through here, this is where we have, you know, all of our behind the scenes action. And then we had to build a little tunnel, because now that we have that closed off, you can't really get around as well. And yeah, you guys saw this already, so. And guys, we are going to take a nice long look at what we've got going on with the Redstone Factory, because I have done a lot of work behind the scenes, and we have got just a ton of progress on it. So we're going to check off a bunch of stuff. Get materials is all done. Construct building, guys, donezo. Secondary contraptions, finito. Finished building? Not quite yet. We've still got some finishing to do, but man, guys, I went ahead and did all of the interior of the building. Before it was just a big blank slate with some half-done walls. Now this interior is all completely done. Look at this, some beautiful lights in the ceiling there. Let's take the elevator right up to the top, because this thing is working properly now, finally. Took me a little finagling to get it going, and then we get sent right up to the top here. And we can exit right over here. Look at that, now we're on the second story. Here's gonna be where my office is gonna be. We've got some nice windows here to overlook the factory. We've got a nice window here to see what's going on back there. This is looking sweet, guys. Little walkway up here to hang on. Look at the customers coming in. And then back here is where you can overlook the factory as all the people are milling about collecting everything. So we can send it right back down. We're going to just hop down real quick, though, because it's just a little quicker to get down like that. Okay. Finish the walls. Check out this beautiful floor we did in here, guys. Now, I had to do a little bit of a trick because this right here is coral block. So I had to go out and collect a whole bunch of coral block. Look at that. I just got myself stuck in here like an idiot. Hang on. Of course I did. Of course I did. Always. Anyways, the coral block, if it's not next to water, the coral block actually dies. So what we had to do is we had to put water under every here. So there's actually like a little river running all under these red blocks. Otherwise, all of the coral blocks would die, and we don't really want that to happen because then they turn gray and ugly. But when they're like this, man, it looks like a beautiful shag carpet, doesn't it? Very excited about that. Now, our main reason for building the factory is this guy right here. This is the giant madness that I've been working on for a couple weeks now. And this helps us craft all of our redstone components. Look at how beautiful this thing is all filled in like that. I absolutely love it. So what you do, if you haven't been keeping up to date with what we've got going on here, is you walk up to this little book here, you pick which recipe you want to craft. Let's say we want to craft observers. Actually, I have 1,000,000 observers. Let's do, let's see what I don't have a ton of. Actually, I got a lot of stuff right now. So let's just do, I guess, repeaters, okay? And we click this button, and everything that we need to make a half a stack of repeaters should come firing out of here. And then after a few seconds, the conveyor belt should kick in and send everything right around to us. Now, I do believe that this one stops a little bit short, so we install that other button right there. In case things stop short, it'll send another pulse through, and the conveyor belt should kick back in and deliver the rest of what we need. There we go. Perfect. And then we got to find ourselves a crafting bench. I don't have the pop-up crafting benches installed yet, so some of the secondary contraptions are not totally done. But just like that, we're able to craft 32 repeaters. Perfectly, with absolutely no leftover, no waste whatsoever, nothing to put back in any chests. So this main contraption here is 100% going. This is our input station over here, so we can put all of our loose stone and redstone dust and iron and everything we need to craft the components. Here is one of our secondary contraptions, because stocked in the machine we have bows and redstone torches. But again, we don't want to have to worry about carrying stuff around to craft them. So if we ever need torches, we just walk over here. Everything fires right out of there into these little water stream here, right into our inventory. And again, I don't have a crafting bench over there because we don't have everything quite 100% done yet. But there we go. And we get 42 torches. Nice round, even number right there. It's just how it happened to work out, and I didn't feel like messing with it anymore. But then we put the redstone torches in there, and then they are delivered to that dropper line all the way back there via this water stream we have going on back here. Carries it up all the way around to there and into that sorting system over there. And just in case you guys haven't seen it, here is my encoding, decoding system that takes the input from those lecterns and splits it to all these different places back here in all these different lines. And each one of these lines fires a different item and a different amount of item. We've got them all labeled here now, so when if I ever need to troubleshoot anything, I can find out where things are easily. 2 layers. Fires from the top and the bottom layer. But absolutely beautiful back here. And I mean, I guess that's kind of, you know, other than just the gorgeous design of this building that I absolutely love here, I think that's it for now. We got some decorating to do, which is always fun, but this was quite a grind here, and I really wanted to share my progress with you guys because I'm very happy with how it's come out. We're going to ride the elevator up one more time, just because we can and because it's fun. Do 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 do. I can't eat some mutton while I'm riding up the elevator. There we go, right up to the top, once again. So, the only thing left to do is really, let's just take a little fly around because it's quite impressive, I must say. It came out quite impressive. Now, please don't notice the back section there that doesn't have a roof on it yet. We'll get there. But other than that little bit there, I mean, I think it really is actually kind of looking like a factory. We got some pipes there, some smokestacks. Got some trees on the side now. So guys, this factory has been so much work, but man, I am very excited to see the state that it's in. Look at that. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And for the last little thing today, guys, I want to show you one more little thing that we did. So if you remember when we built up Honey Manor, we talked about using blocks for a variety of purposes besides what they're actually made for specifically. So in this house here, we used the loom a whole bunch of different ways. Here we have the loom as a chest of drawers. All right, then if we go upstairs, here we have the loom as a decoration on a wall. Here we have the loom as an actual loom. And then over in this room here, this bedroom, we use the loom as a border for the ceiling. And also have it as a chest over here. So that's 4 different uses for the loom that we found just in there. And if we go back over into the factory here, look what else we did with it now, guys. We used it as a grate for a drainage in the floor. And then we also used it for vents in the ceiling to move some air around. So that one block right there has gotten 6 different uses, and only one is the actual intended use. I think it's my favorite block in the game. You can get so much different things out of it. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that, guys, just real quick. And that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking around for the many episodes it took to get to this point. From here on out, it's just the little things, but it feels oh so satisfying to have the building up around me instead of just a shell. Next time we can build some furniture in here as well as get my office put together, and we will reveal the next setting for the next room in our escape world. If you want to check that out, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell, so you'll always know as soon as a new episode drops. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.